Hello, everyone. Welcome. So if you like, inviting you to put your name and location in the chat, and also to take some moments to get yourself situated and settled. So we're going to be together for about 75 minutes. And so the invitation is to take deep, kind care of yourself, really nurture and indulge yourself in this time. So tuning into what you're going to need to be as comfortable as you can be in this space. Those practical things. At the end, there'll be an invitation to journal, which of course you don't have to do, but you might like to have your journal ready. Also, perhaps a drink. I have a snuggly blanket. Oh, it's very much a topic for snuggly blankets today. But then it's also a topic for rolling around on the floor and breaking things if that's what is here for you emotionally. So there's no rules. But yeah, tuning into your somatic landscape and what you're gonna need. So I can see that many of you have introduced yourself in the chat, so I can't wait to take a look at that. But in this moment, if you've already done your typing, I invite you to take some lovely breaths filled with kindness and notice how your body wants to be positioned for this time. Again, of course, you can always move, you can always shift, and right now, what do you need to feel a nice balance between a sense of dignity, by which I mean it can be great to have a relatively straight spine. This helps the information in your body to flow. But also, it's really important you feel comfortable, and there's no rules about how you are. So, you might at points feel to curl up in a ball, you might want to lie down, you might want to thrash about, whatever feels good for you. Yeah, and in case we haven't met before, I'm Ellie Paskell. I'm an embodiment coach, a somatic healer, a mindfulness-based pain management teacher, a guide for those going through the awakening process. Ooh, my shoulders just said, give me a rub, give me a little rub. So that's what I'm doing. And you might find that there's a part of your body that wants some contact in this moment, whether it is the shoulders, whether it is the jaw, or bringing hands to your heart. Yeah, I'm Ellie Paskell, embodiment coach, somatic healer, mindfulness-based pain management teacher, guide for those going through the awakening process. And the reason that I'm here today holding this space is because the past decade has seen me spend over 40,000 hours in mindful presence, listening to my body, allowing my body to heal. And in this time, I've been journeying through the processes or healed through the processes of what we can call chronic fatigue, complex PTSD, and Kundalini awakening. And all of this magic has given me a deep and exceptional understanding of the human body and the capacity to support others to allow their own bodies to heal, to come home radically to who they are, and to create wonderful shifts in their lives. Yeah, and there's still more of you coming in. If you've just come in, please feel free to put your name and location in the chat and get yourself beautifully settled. The way that this session is going to go today, we're going to take two journeys together. The first one will take in a moment to open the space, this space of self-love. And then I'm going to introduce today's topic, and then we'll take, well, actually, no, today's going to be a little bit different. Today, the introduction to the topic and the embodiment journey that we're going to take are going to be flowing and dancing together a little bit more. So it's going to be super yummy, super experiential. Yeah, so let us open this space. I'm invite you to let your eyes close if you like, but also you can similarly just let them rest on whatever's in front of you. And allowing your awareness to turn inwards now. Noticing that you're in a body. Noticing if your body would like any contact from your hands. When we touch our own bodies, this releases a connection chemical which helps you to feel safe. You might like to put your hands anywhere and notice that warmth, the warmth of your hands on your body and your skin. And if you like, seeing some roots dropping from your body deep into the earth. This is another wonderful way to regulate the nervous system and arrive present and peaceful, or relatively peaceful, or pleasantly alive, because if we're feeling anxious or numb, that tends to mean that our body is a little bit upwards or forwards. And when we allow our body to really land where we are, dropping those roots into the earth, that helps us to arrive in this moment and find some more balance in the system. I'm also reminded that sometimes, in order to drop the roots, in order to land in stillness, what we really want first, or perhaps for a while, is to move. Sometimes the first thing the body needs is some movement, and you'll know the answer to this if you just gently ask your body what would feel best for you right now. And a lovely way to play with movement for regulation is a rocking. Ah, mothers and fathers innately rock their babies. We innately do that because in our instinct, we know that it regulates the nervous system. So gentle movement from side to side. Oh, you also might find that you want to move like water intuitively, gently allowing your body, maybe just your hands, to move as feels easeful, or you might imagine moving if that's what's available to you. You might also find that your body wants something a bit more vigorous, a bit of a shake. I'm not gonna, oh, maybe I am. No, I'm not gonna really do that right now. My body's saying no, but you could gently shake your hands, wiggle your hips. You could make noise. All of these are wonderful ways to land here and now and drop into present. And now, in your mind's eye, I invite you to notice that a door has appeared. This is a really beautiful door, and it's asking you to step through it. There's something about the colors or the design of this door that's telling you that something wonderful is behind it. So as you feel ready, I invite you to step through that doorway, and here you are, arriving in your realm of self-love. This is a space where everything about how you are and how you feel is completely welcome. This is a space where everything about how you look, how your body is, what you know or don't know is completely welcome. Right. Oh, notice what that does to your system when you invite in that welcoming light of kindness and acceptance. How does it feel to have your feet on the earth here in this delicious space? How does it feel for you to tune into the knowing that you can only get this right? Whatever is alive in your body, your mind, it gets to take space, right? And again, as you tune into your body mind, noticing whether you want to be still, cuddled up, snuggled down, or if you want to be moving, what is here for you? Everything is welcome. Yeah. Yeah. And now I'm gonna slide now into introducing today's focus, and I'm going to bring some images to the screen today, but feel free to keep your eyes closed if you like. Feel free to only give the screen the amount of attention as feels best in your body. I'm always inviting you to do what you need to stay present with what you feel. So it might feel nice for you to look at the screen, but it might not. So let me go here. So here we are. This is what we're playing with today. Being with powerful emotions with love. This is a topic that's really, really close to my heart. And what's occurred to me is that what I'm offering, what I'm inviting today is the opportunity to evolve your relationship to your emotions so that it's aligned with love, so that it's aligned with kindness. And, often this isn't how we've journeyed with our emotions. Often we've been taught to numb out from what we feel because the insane patriarchal world doing its best has taught us that emotions are an inconvenience, that they take us away from getting things done when they need to get done, or they make us irresponsible, or they make us not likable. Often we're told certain emotions, particularly, are not welcome. Oh, and of course, this is hooey. This is BS, and this session is for you if you're ready to journey with your emotions without shame, without being overwhelmed, or without throwing them over anyone else, right? This is a time of real shift on the planet, and we're called now to step up in some deeply loving ways. We're called to be here emotionally alive while present and strong. And those things are definitely not mutually exclusive. And this is about having our feet on the earth, being powerful in our vulnerability, and glowing with authenticity. So I invite you to take a breath in this moment, everyone, if you like, and notice what it was that brought you to this session and what it is that's alive in your body right now. And that might feel very clear. It might feel confused. You might know what's here for you emotionally. You might just feel a sense of sensation in your body, or you might feel quite numb. Everything is welcome, and every step that we take on this journey with our bodies and welcoming what we feel is a step on a pathway that's made of joy, essentially. It's made of health, and it's made of the remaking of our world. And it doesn't mean that we're going to feel joy all the time. But if we want to feel joy, then we need to welcome all of what we feel. And again, for me, part of why I'm so passionate about this is because I was shut down a lot as a kid, and I've been on a real journey with this, a journey that's helped me to heal through what we can call chronic fatigue, PTSD, all kinds of things, through welcoming what I feel, through moving from this state that I grew very habitually to be in, which was always running from what I felt, often in my case through staying very busy. And then when my body started to wake up when I was 22 in 2007, the first thing that I could feel was how blocked my energy was. And so I had this experience that could be called chronic fatigue in a very distressing way. And of course, that made me launch this huge rocket of desire that said, I will do anything if it's going to get my energy to flow again. Like, I cannot deal with this shutdown. It made me feel despair, and I was trying to act like everything was okay all the time, like I'd learned to do, bury what I feel. But something had shifted and I just couldn't. And so things were really moving. And part of what was happening was that I was feeling emotions on a level that I'd never before felt. Please forgive me for moving in and out of the PowerPoint here. It's just people are still coming into the session and I'm letting them in. And so I didn't know what to do with all these emotions. Like, I would be trying to process anger in bathrooms of restaurants because it would spring up on me when I least expected it. I would be listening to Eat, Pray, Love on the bus in London because it was the only thing that would stop me from crying. Like, all of this huge energy that had been pushed down for so long, which was ancestral as well as mine, was just coming out. So I needed to find new ways to take care of myself, to find support, ways to be with my feelings so that I could allow my system to evolve. And what I mean when I say allowing my system to evolve is that because I had been in this state of contraction, numbness for so long without knowing it, in order literally to be able to metabolize this life force through my body of emotion, my being, how my being was, needed to evolve. And I needed to edge gently, gently towards not being like a tensed up lamppost or a toothpick that could break at any time, or like a snowman. I needed to be like a supple tree with deep roots and, yeah, flexible branches. And so that's what I'm increasingly becoming. And this is how I support my clients often. We're working with coming to the true definition of strength, which is not to be numbed out, but to be allowing what we feel. And it's been for me a truly wonderful journey. And so I'm really happy to share some of what I've learned with you today, because this awakening of our bodies is happening for millions across the globe at this time, if not billions. This is the time of awakening when we said we would come back here and return our world from fear to love. And so we need to land in the guidance system of our bodies, which can only guide us with love. Nature always orientates to health, to aliveness, and our bodies are nature. And so this is what we're coming back to. So take a breath with that. Again, if you like, notice how this is landing for you. What's here? What's coming through? Can you feel emotion in your body in this moment? Can you notice your body situated with your feet on the ground or your body on the furniture? If you let your body know that you're listening and that whatever you feel is welcome, what kind of a response do you get from yourself? And in order to allow your body, your energy, your life force to flow even 1% more in this moment, what do you need? Ooh, do you need to take a lovely deep breath? Do you need to bring in some of that rocking that we did before? Maybe really big rocking like I'm doing now, like one of those funny creatures at a fairground that goes from side to side. Ooh, and as I do that, I notice that it stretches out I want to say the obliques, and that feels really nice. So you might actually find that your body wants to stretch and yawn. How that your body wants to make noise. What do you need? Hmm. Ra, hiya, manaya nalana katsua. Sua fiana yanahua. Matsua kaya malananahua. Ra. Okay. So, some of the most wonderful ways that I have discovered to be with powerful emotions include number one, regulating the nervous system. And this is what we've already been doing quite a bit of. Now, the reason that it's so powerful when we're feeling a lot to work with our nervous system is threefold. It's a threefold reason. The first is because it supports this container of your body to be able to be flexible and open enough to let your life force flow, right? Those deep roots and those supple branches, right? Also, when we have a regulated nervous system, when we are relatively calm or pleasantly alive, we're less likely to experience our emotions as a threat. Now, if we've got any kind of propensity for anxiety or trauma arising in the body, it's actually quite common that what our minds do with that trauma or that anxious energy is that they're looking for threats. Our mind is always looking for what might be making us unsafe. And our minds can do a kind of interesting thing where they decide that actually what's the attack is coming from inside of us. So our pain or our emotions become the thing that our head says is a threat. So this can add to this notion that's going on often subconsciously for us that we cannot feel our anger, or our sadness does not get to be here, or even our joy, it's not safe to feel joy or take up emotional space, right? But when we're more regulated, we're generally looking for a lot less threats. We're much more chilled. And so it's easier to just let our emotions be, right? And then the third reason that regulating the system is so powerful is because it gives us access to self-compassion. We can't be self-compassionate when we're frightened or anxious or numb. And being self-compassionate is really important when it comes to noticing what we feel and being with that kindness, right? So again, I invite you in this moment to bring a little more regulation to your system by seeing those roots of yours dropping into the earth. If you like, imagining the ground and the furniture rising up to meet your body. Dropping into the now. There is nowhere that you have to go. And then noticing if it feels best for your system to be still in this moment, or if there's any movement you want to make. Again, shaking the body is very regulating. You might want to shake the hands, wiggle the shoulders, throw some energy down into the ground. That can be great if we've got anxiety or anger. Yeah. And another absolute core piece that we're working with in this session today to be with our emotions is welcoming them. Again, we've been conditioned often to tense up against pain, even to tense up against joy, not to feel too much. But when we open to simply allowing ourselves to be with what's here in our body, it's a game changer. And this can actually help to or be the healing force behind healing physical pain or illness. And this is, for me, a huge piece of what's been healing the chronic fatigue in my body, because it's my opinion, and I'm not alone in saying this, that all physical ailments begin at some point as blocked emotion in the body. So when we welcome our emotions, it's transformative. Yeah. So let's take a little dance with this in this moment. If you like, allowing your eyes to close, dropping back into the felt scent. You might like to wiggle your fingers and your toes in order to bring your awareness back into your body. You might like to tap on your forehead. Oh, bring your hands to your heart space or your belly, letting your body know that you're listening. And if you like, allowing this gentle inquiry to happen, allowing this phrase to come into your awareness and seeing how true it feels for you. And this phrase is, in my life, when I'm going about my day, I am totally welcoming of the emotions I feel. I am totally welcoming of the emotions I feel. How true does that feel for you? Just noticing. Just noticing. When I'm going about my life, I am totally welcoming of the emotions I feel. And this is never about wronging yourself in any way, about getting things right or wrong. It's simply about noticing where you're at right now. Just noticing. A wonderful thing that can help us to welcome our emotions in our lives is to acknowledge that they're not what we've been taught. Our emotions are not these unnecessary, inconvenient things that arise in a body that we should be cut off from. Our emotions are sacred guidance. There's a reason why your body tells you, oh, yeah, that feels really nice. Like, I like that. I enjoy going to that place. That makes me feel happy. That makes me feel turned on. That makes me feel peaceful. I like doing that. I don't like that. And why your body tells you, oh no, I feel angry when that person says that. I need to put up a boundary. Or, oh, I feel really sad when I think about that. There's something that I need to pay attention to here. Your emotions are sacred guidance. And it's time for us as a humanity to flip the script on the insane conditioning that we've been given that tells us to block what we feel. And coming back to the integrity of our felt sense is a big part in how we're realigning our world at this time. Yeah. So if you like, take a breath with that and let your body know that you're listening. Again, what is here for you? Do you feel confused? Do you feel calm? Do you feel love, gratitude, anxiety, anger? What's here? It all gets to take space. Yeah, do you want to move? Do you want to be still? What's here? Hiya mana uwa. Kua sia faya manala na katsua. Another wonderful way to lovingly support ourselves when, well, always, but particularly when there's powerful emotion moving through, which again is happening for so many in this world at this time as we transition, is to make spaciousness in our schedules. When we're busy, when we're always rushing from thing to thing, we're numbing. We will be numb to a degree because the mind only notices one thing at a time. So if we're staring at a computer screen or thinking about our work or whatever it is, we're not noticing what we feel. And of course, that's absolutely appropriate some of the time. But if we're an end-to-end activity, then, or even if we're not, bringing in a whisker or an ocean more slowness and stillness is wonderful medicine. Right. Oh, so the invitation is to open to this really loving practice here. This is about kindness, it's about deliciousness, it's about making space in your life to feel. And this might be 5 minutes a day, right? 5 minutes a day to have your cup of tea and open to what's alive in your body. Don't look at your phone, don't look at your screen. What we're talking about here is taking time in low stimulus situations. So maybe taking time in nature, maybe having a bath. Something that allows you to hear what your body is saying. And yeah, maybe this is just 5 minutes a day. Oh, or maybe it's 5 hours one day, right? And this can really be about not just self-care, but also pleasure. Right? Particularly if we're journeying with emotions that feel challenging. Consciously taking time to notice things that are pleasurable and or to bring pleasurable things in again. Noticing how snuggly your blanket feels when you're sitting on your sofa in the evening, consciously noticing that. Not putting the TV on for 5 minutes, putting a timer on and just being wrapped in your blanket, meditating on your heartbeat. Maybe you like to take space to journal or to dance to your favorite music. It can be playful, but taking time with your body. Yeah. And then, of course, expressing, right? This is about letting all of your emotions know that they're welcome. Joy is welcome. Being turned on is welcome. Inspiration, anger is welcome. Anger is natural, it is part of life. Tells us where our boundaries are. Sadness is welcome, and this is never about throwing our emotions over anyone else. This is about expressing them in a loving way. So maybe you're an artist and you've got a lot of emotion moving through and you want to do painting or sketching or maybe you need to move your emotions through with sound, with movement, with music, with drumming. Maybe you need to punch a pillow. Maybe you need to smash a plate, right? Maybe you need to shake. I had times when there was so much anger moving through my system, which seemed to be unrelated really to what was going on in my life. And I would take these angry walks in nature, go somewhere where nobody else was going to be, move my legs to get the energy moving through. Yeah, expressing. Yeah, and here we are, number 6, which is the last one we're going to look at today. And it's a really, really important one. You know, so much about this is being welcoming and really kind with whatever is alive, giving ourselves that space. And then another deeply important part of being with powerful emotions is opening to being with the pure sensation of those. So this is somatic mindfulness. This is about noticing if our minds are running away with us, if our minds are having a lot to say about what the emotions are about, or maybe telling us that the emotion shouldn't be here. And this will always exasperate what we're feeling. Often we want to get into our heads in order to ignore what we're feeling or try and control what we're feeling. But the truth is, the suffering of our emotions, and I believe this 100%, and this is my experience, although it can be subtle. The suffering that we can sometimes associate as coming from having strong emotions is never from the emotions themselves. It is always coming from some kind of resistance, some kind of mental activity, which often is the thoughts, the mind shaming us, telling us why the emotion shouldn't be here, trying to figure out what we did wrong, what we should do differently in the future. And the invitation here is to come instead to what you feel. And often that will be about coming to the pure sensation of the emotion themselves. And we're going to do that in a journey in a moment. Literally orientating to the raw sensations in the body. And that might be the emotions, but it might also be simply the emotions we feel, the feelings we can feel when we move our bodies. We might wiggle your toes. You might gently press your feet into the ground so you can feel the earth there. You might deliberately direct your awareness somewhere that feels neutral or pleasant in your body. You might find that the end of your nose feels really chilled out. You might find, oh, like I am in this moment. If you give yourself a foot massage, it feels really good. Or imagine having a foot massage. Or wiggle your toes and notice how soft your socks feel. Or imagine wiggling your toes, right? Coming to the sensations in the body instead of getting swept away by thought. This is when we become a little bit unstoppable. This is the emotional jujitsu that we're called to do at this time, to allow these emotions to move through us and know that they are not what we are. We get to be the supple tree with the flexible branches and the deep roots. Wonderful. So I invite you now to take a breath with the journey that we've just been on, what's been shared, and what's coming through for you, what's here in your body. We're going to go right into a journey together now, which is going to be entirely experiential. It will be at least 15 minutes. So I invite you to get as comfy in your space as you can be. Notice in this moment whether you're feeling like you want to have some space to move, you want to move around. Are you feeling like you want to lie down? What's here for you? And really noticing if you want another blanket, if you want another cushion under your knees or behind your head. Deep kindness and care. Deep kindness and care. Yeah. And if you like, as you're landing here, I invite you to tune into the safety of your space. Why it is that you've chosen this space that you're in to do this session today. Maybe the door is closed, so you know it's private. Maybe or you can see the color of the paint on the wall that you chose, that you like. And if you like, if you haven't already, allowing your eyes to close and your body to sink back into this space. Noticing the solidity of the ground or the furniture that's holding you. Noticing that what is holding you essentially is Mother Earth. You are not alone. Right now, as long as you want to be, you are together with these beautiful beings in this community, everybody live and on the replay. And you are held by Mama Gaia. Okay. And if you like, letting gravity take your weight 1% more. There is nothing for you to achieve. You can only get this right. Now I invite you to let your awareness land like a warm light of kindness in the lower half of your body. So that warm light of kindness shining in to your feet and your legs and your hips, your genitals, your whole amazing pelvic bowl. And there's some really substantial bones in these parts of your body. We've got bones in the pelvis. We've got bones in the legs, noticing if you want to be still or bringing any movement here. And there's muscles in these parts of your body as well. You are substantial in a very wonderful, sacred way. And the cells in your muscles and your bones and your fascia and your blood, they have intelligence, and this communicates to you through what you feel. And I invite you in this moment to notice what you can feel in these lower parts of your body, lower belly, womb space, hara. Is there sensation or numbness? Is there tingling, sense of restlessness or calm? And can you notice with great kindness what's here for you emotionally? It might feel subtle, might feel strong. Gently noticing, and if you like, letting your emotions know that all of them get to be here. And now allowing your awareness to journey up, to take in your upper body again. You've got all of the bones, your rib bones, your collarbones, the bones in your shoulders, your arms, your hands, bones at the back of your neck, in your head. And there's muscles in your belly, and there's flesh. You've got muscles and flesh in your arms and chest and face, and there is a substantiality about your body, right? There is a solidity here. You are a sacred container. And all of this is made up of cells, and all of the cells in your body are intelligent. and they communicate what they know to you through sensation. I invite you to take a moment and notice what sensations you can feel in your upper body with great kindness. Maybe you want to be still or moving as you notice what you can feel in your belly and your heart space. Ah, noticing if your hands are able to rest. And noticing what's here for you emotionally with great kindness. Does it feel clear, strong, subtle? I invite you now to let your body show you one particular emotion that would like some attention right now. And this might be an emotion that you're really feeling in this moment. Or it might be an emotion that you're aware that has been coming up a lot in the past couple of weeks. Something that would like some loving attention. And it might be that you're present very much with the visceral sensations of this emotion right now. Or it might be that you're present with more of a memory of that emotion, and that's coming to you with a kind of an image or a color in your mind's eye, a sense of energy. Letting that take space, noticing very kindly what's here for you. And noticing if this emotion is in one particular spot in your body or if it's all over. Maybe it's in one spot, or maybe it keeps moving. I invite you to allow your awareness to really drop into this sensation, and you can always take a break anytime you need. You can open your eyes, you can give yourself a hug, you can simply allow your awareness to be with your feet on the ground or the noises that you can hear. And as long as it's okay for you, I invite you to let yourself be with this sensation of this emotion, as if you're dropping down through a magical lift shaft, going down and in and into this emotion, into the sensations. Noticing what the quality of these sensations is for you. Do they seem like a color? Do they have a texture or a rhythm or a flow? What's it like for you, very kindly, to drop into the sensations of this emotion? Dropping in and in and in. And if you notice your mind going off into thinking, maybe thinking about the emotion, talking about the emotion, or maybe something else, I invite you very, very gently to bring your awareness back to this emotion that is asking for attention right now, and allowing your awareness to drop into that. What happens when you allow the sensations here to take all the space that they want? What are they like? Are they fizzy? Are they soft? Do they want to move? If you were to express and allow this emotion to take all the space it needs, what will that be like? And you might imagine this, or you might full out do it, or do it a little. Do you want to move? Do you want to wiggle? Do you want to make a sound? Is there things that this emotion has to say? When it takes all the space that it wants to take, does it have a personality? Does it want to be expressed with a particular position, a posture? Would you like to scribble something onto a page? Do you want to scribble something onto a page? Would you splash paint around? What color would it be? And what is this energy? What is this emotion telling you that it needs? When you meet this emotion with deep respect and kindness, what do you give it that it needs? Right? What is the guidance that is existing for you here in this emotion? And that might be that you just really feel freaking angry or sad or excited. Or it might be that there's something that you want or that you need. Perhaps there's guidance here about how you would love to relate 10% more lovingly to your emotions over the coming month. And maybe there's guidance here about a very specific thing that this emotion is telling you that you want and need. And you'll know the truth in that because when it comes through, it will feel like rightness in your body. It will feel like love of some sort, like relief, like um, validation, like kindness, like peace, like expression, like expansion, like life. Noticing if there is guidance coming through for you about this from this emotion and what that is. And now, as you're ready, as you feel that you've received this guidance, whatever it is that's coming through for you, through the quality and texture of this feeling, I invite you to allow your awareness simply to come back to the raw sensation. So, letting go of story or information, and simply coming back to what you feel. Also noticing your body on the furniture and the ground. And if you like, thanking your body and your emotions for taking this journey with you today and thanking yourself. And then, if you like, allowing your awareness to come to the place in your body where you feel the most peace, or maybe the most neutral. Again, this might be just a soft feeling in the palms of your hands. It might be a neutrality at the end of your nose. It might simply be the feeling of the ground beneath your feet. Hmm. And as you're ready, I invite you to orientate back into your 3D environment here right now, remembering and noticing where you are, perhaps wiggling the fingers and the toes. And if it would feel good for you to write down the guidance or anything else that came through for you in this journey, I invite you to do that now. Find your journal. Whilst staying present with what you feel. That's my invitation. Keep aware of your hands holding the pen. And if you're not writing, simply staying present with kindness, with your being in this space. Ah. And if you like, bringing some wiggles again to the fingers, the toes. Perhaps your body would like to stretch a bit. Maybe there's a yawn here. Very, very gently, if you like, letting some light come back into your eyes. Opening your eyes to the space. Yeah. Here we are, everyone. Here we are. Now, there's never any obligation to share in this space, but it's also very welcome. If you would like to share any piece of what came through for you in this session, that's so welcome. I'm curious about what it was that brought you here and whether it felt easy and innate to relate to your emotions in this way of welcoming, or if it didn't, if it felt hard, what that was like for you. Perhaps if it felt easy and innate to release thoughts about the feelings and simply come to the sensation. Or if it didn't, if that felt hard for you or edgy. I know for me, there's been times in my life when doing that has just made my inner child just want to say F off, basically. She was just like, no, no to being mindful. I'm going to tell you all about what this emotion means, which is fine. And I needed to do that for a while. We're always where we need to be. And also whether journeying with your emotions today has been as you might have expected or if it's brought surprises. Or perhaps if you did receive guidance here today, how your emotions guided you, what your body had to say. But yeah, it's so beautiful to be here with all of you. And I take a moment of acknowledgement that we're all here together and we've all been here together at this wild time on the planet, finding love and grounding. And, you know, it's possible that now we've done this, a part of you is wondering what it would be like to coach one-to-one with me. Coaching with me will be most supportive for you if there's something in your life that you are ready to evolve, to shift, and that could be something from allowing your body to heal to manifesting soul inspiring work to feeling empowered or equal in your relationships. It might be something else, but you would come and do coaching with me if you wanted to do that. If you wanted to do that by honoring and listening to the knowing and the wisdom in your body and following that. And also, if you feel that part of this journey for you is about you really taking space as who you truly are, and of course, spending time bathing in self-love. Yeah. So if any of this is resonant for you, we can have a chat on the phone. This would be a really relaxed, no obligation, 20 to 30-minute phone chat called a connection call. And we could set that up. You simply need to go to elliepaskell.com/connect. And I'll put the link for that in the chat here, and it will also be beneath the video on YouTube. That's elliepaskell.com/connect. And let us just take one final moment here to close out together. So if you like, I invite you to let your eyes close. Notice your body landed in the space again, furniture and ground beneath. Seeing your roots in the earth and remembering that you've just spent an hour or so in your realm of self-love. Remembering that door that you came in through. And as you're ready, if you like, passing back through the door and arriving fully back in your living space. Knowing that you can, of course, return to your realm of self-love anytime you want or need. It's been such a pleasure for me to hold space for all of you today. I'm already looking forward to gathering again next month. Who knows what will be happening in our lives and in our world at that point. I'm wishing you so many blessings for your journey this month with your bodies, your hearts, your emotions. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.